My name is Adam Wasser from Brooklyn, New York. And the idea of whether or not the American prison system is a failure or something that has a good bringing of the future, when we look at Judaism, we find that there's no idea of a prison. In fact, when someone commits a crime in Judaism, they are supposed to go to the Beis Din, the court system, or the Sanhedrin. And there are in Judaism the idea of police that should bring them to the court system, but ultimately when they go to the court, they either have to pay a penalty or they are convicted of death, or they go to a city of refuge because of accidental murder. But there's really no idea of prison. There is an idea that you hold them until the sentence is given, but once the sentence is given, maybe they go into an idea of slavery, where they pay off their debt to whoever they owe it to, but according to Judaism, they have to live. If they become a slave, it's only temporary, and they have to live according to the lifestyle that they lived before that. They can't be just put into the garbage and told what to do. So in Judaism, according to the Torah, there's really no idea of a prison system. The cities of refuge, the 48 cities of Levium, the Levites, priests of Israel, somebody that accidentally murdered somebody, or was undecided whether they murdered them or was accidental, and they lived there. These cities were open cities. The people could live there that were convicted or accused, and as long as they stayed within the border of the city, they lived a normal life. So when you look at the prison system of America, you find that people, according to the state, it might cost the state $1 million a year to keep somebody in prison, or $50,000 a year to keep somebody in prison. But ultimately, they're kept confined, they're kept in a building, they're let out maybe once, twice a day, and basically all they got to do is just make buddies and exercise and watch maybe TV. And in truth, this idea is against Torah. The Torah is absolutely against the idea of holding somebody for not only a few years, but their whole life. It's absolutely wrong against God. For me, personally, I think that one of the solutions to the prison system is that when somebody goes to prison, we give them a degree. We say, listen, you're here for 6 years, whatever, go to college. We're going to give you your associate's degree. We're going to give you your bachelor's degree. We're going to give you your master's degree, as long as you're determined and work for it. And we can help you with financial ways of making some money while you're in prison. Because one of the big problems in the prison system is that you have people that are there and they make a life for themselves in prison. It becomes their life. And then they go out, and it's kind of like a man coming home from war. They're just totally in a loop. And not only that, but they don't have any money. And where do they go? They go back to where their friends are. They go back to where their family are, where the problems started in the first place. So for me, to work on this prison system in America, one, we must have a lighter sentence of how long they should be in prison. But while they're in prison, we must educate them, give them degrees, give them opportunity, give them some money, so that when they get out of the prison, they have some money. Second, we cannot just throw them out of the prison. We must have an idea that, okay, we're going to reestablish you. You were in central LA, you were in East New York. Now we're going to move you to somewhere different, somewhere where you have a new opportunity, a new beginning, where no one knows your name, but you can start a new name for yourself. The prison system in America is kind of like the welfare food stamp system of America, where you can get benefits and you can get help according to your income, but once you make too much money, you lose the benefits. You lose the welfare, the food stamps. If you make over $2,000, in America, if you make over $2,000 a month in America, you lose your Medicaid. This is a mentality, a system that is backwards in all ways, because it's keeping people down, it's keeping people in the system without allowing them to slowly, gradually leave the system. You can't just say, well, if you make $2,000 a month, you're out of the system, because you don't know what the job is going to last, and according to the individual, it might not be enough money. You need to have a gradual system of helping the individual get out of the system, but not taking away from them until they are self-independent enough to be out of the system. The institutions of America, the prison systems, are a failure. You want to talk about tough love because you want to say, well, let's keep it tough so they stay out because they'll be afraid. Okay, I'll go with that, because in Judaism we have lashes. A lot of times when somebody commits a crime, they receive the amount of lashes that they medically can handle. And so I'm all for that. Give them lashes, give them the reason. But to keep them in prison is totally a backwards idea of medieval logic. And we cannot continue to keep 2-3 million people in prisons in America and think that that's the solution, because it is not the solution. It is the medieval backwards solution to society's problem, but in truth it is not does not solve much. Some people, yes, they go to prison and they never go back because of that experience in their life. But in truth, many people that go to prison go back to prison. In general, once you go to prison, you've been there a few times before. And we need to change that mentality of the court, of the prison system. Now you say, well, let's start, in the towns, in the communities, before they even get to the prison. Yes, absolutely. Let's give them the degree. Let's give them the opportunity. Let's give them a way of getting out. Absolutely. But once they go into that prison system, if that happens, we cannot just sit there and rot. Okay? You want vengeance. You want revenge for the crime that they committed, so be it. But you know something? They are a human being, and one day they will serve their time, and you will get your vengeance. But where does it stop? What is the solution? Your vengeance is not their solution. Solution is education and hard love, but real opportunities for them. Ultimately, the American system of prisons is against the Torah, is against humanity, and it needs to change. I've given you many ideas of how it can change, and let's take it from there. And let's make this happen. Let's tell our legislators, our councilmen, our state senators, our president, and whoever we can, that it's time for a change. It's time for a new idea, a new direction in how we deal with people in the prison system, especially juvenile delinquents, which is a whole topic on itself that is totally backwards, that you're taking a child, 13 years old, whatever, and putting them in juvenile delinquents until they're 18. Hell, they're going to be worse when they get out than when they first came in. So we need to educate them. We need to give them degrees. We need to give them some financial backing, and we need to put them into new communities where they can start a new, fresh life. God bless you all, and take care. Amen.